Hello, everyone, and welcome to New York Empoleon's Week 7. Hello, everyone, and welcome to New York Empoleon's Week 7 battle of the PBAL. We are here this week taking on Bloody, coach of the Charlotte Corviknights, and if you want to see more of his content, definitely go check out links in the description below. I'm not sure whether or not he's uploading, but I just assume that he has a YouTube channel. That's where I'm going with this. Anyway, we are currently 5-1, looking to get to 6-1, and I would love to get there, but I am also starting to think about playoffs and whether or not I want to use my most optimal sets here or maybe keep something in the back, make my opponents think a little bit. Since I am uploading team builders and battles, and not everyone is, I'm giving out a lot more information than I'm getting. So there's definitely got to be some conceptualization ideas about playoffs. This is a 9-week season, but I'm not looking to lose this battle. I want to win it because if I can get myself a bye, that's so much better. It puts me in semis automatically, and that's where I want to be sitting. I don't want to have to make semis. I've had to do that already in the TBL, and it's stressful, and it's an extra battle, an extra piece of stress. Getting that bye, taking a little break would be wonderful. So that's what we're going to be aiming for with a win this week. Hopefully, we can get there. And we're just going to let this battle begin, and good luck to my opponent, and let's get into it. Let's see what he's brought and where we're going. So he does have the Copperaja, does have the Blissey, does have the Sigilif. That's possibly the most annoying one just because of the fact that it does have the removal, but doesn't have the Dragapult, which is super surprising. That they're like, why would you draft Dragapult and not bring it? I brought that thing like every time I had it. So, Arcanine is a very safe lead, very free lead here against me, which is sort of, again, unfortunate. I knew that was a risk I was running by bringing this team without the Como-O, knowing that the Arcanine was going to be a possible issue. But I am expecting maybe a more defensive set to take on the Como-O with Will-O-Wisp and stuff like that. So that's what I'm hoping for. Sigilif, obviously, could have the Defog, a little bit frustrating. But I think my best lead remains going for this Vikavolt. Talk about it in my team builder. Again, if you guys want to know more about my sets, definitely check out the team builder because that's where I talk about them. That's where things come out. But hopefully we are able to pull off a big W here and get ourselves into a driver's seat, great position moving towards playoffs. That's absolutely the goal. Best of luck to my opponent, and let's get it on. Let's see how this goes. Let's see. He doesn't have the Manectric, so he has no immunity. There's the Arcanine. He has no immunity to Volt Switch, so it's free. I'm just going to click it. He could click Flare Blitz if he has it. There's the Intimidate, so nothing too surprising right now. And honestly, I wanted to lead with the Mew potentially, but it didn't make the most sense against his roster, mostly because of this Intimidate Arcanine being his very likely lead. And outspeeding me, going for a Flare Blitz, shows me what item you are, gives me information about what you're going to be able to do, and there's the Flare Blitz. So nothing unique or interesting about this match. We're going to get a scout on what item you have, and it doesn't look like you're banded or anything. It just looks like you're just reasonably offensive, like Jolly. And we are just going to go for that Volt Switch and get a huge chunk of damage off on this Arcanine. I didn't see if it was Life Orbed. I don't think it was. Like, that was just the recoil from the attack. But this gives me a free chance to go into Mew. He doesn't have the Dragapult, which means I can just go straight for the Dragon Dance here. Arcanine's probably going to switch out. And I'm not intimidated. This is exactly the situation I wanted to find myself in at the beginning of this game, was to take that one hit as needed and then go for the Dragon Dance. As he goes actually immediately into the Sigilif, which is one thing that definitely my Mew did not want to handle. But isn't the end of the world. He doesn't know what attacks I have or anything like that. So I'm just going to put in that I'm at +1/+1. Play Rough is a 2-hit KO right now. He's not burned, so I could try to get to +2. Sigilif, Shadow Ball isn't taking me out by any stretch of the imagination, even if he's like Life Orb. So I could just go for that +2 here, try to get, probably put myself in a dominating position here. I'm going to go for that Dragon Dance. I don't die to any one hit, so I might as well just try to get to +2, see where I can get with this damage right now. Shadow Ball, Life Orb is going to do a lot of damage if that is the set he's running. And there's a Tailwind. So he's actually trying to make himself fast, but play rough now, super free, gets the KO if he's not defensive, and I get to scout if he is defensive. I should still outspeed him, although I'm not running necessarily max speed, so he may outspeed me here, and he actually does, and he goes for the heat wave here. Trying to get that burn right off the bat. Doesn't get it. We're going to go for that play rough. Looks like that is going to pick up the KO here, but he now knows that he can outspeed me with things. As the Mew kills Sigilif with play rough. Only a few more turns of outspeeding. Copper Raja is not one of the things that can outspeed me. Definitely not. I'm at +2 speed. He's going to Dynamax. EQ at +2. Is doing like 99%. So I'm just going to go for it. And if he chooses not to G-Max for whatever reason, then this is just going to be a ton of damage. But even so, if he's straight offensive, which I doubt, I think he's max HP, which is doing like 80 to 94%. Crit just kills him. This could be huge. If I get the crit here and manage to take out this thing, it is going to be massive. But even just getting this thing to the point where it's super weakened is amazing for me. And it does look like he is going to have that bulk to survive that hit, unfortunately, as he's going to go for that G-Max Steel Surge and probably take me out here. And it does look like it does get the KO here. So G-Max, Copper Raja kills Mew with G-Max Stone Surge. With the Sigilif down, I could just go out into the Klefki and set up a Reflect and then just start setting up spikes and proceed to have an endgame plan, which I think is the best play here. Reflect is first, and we're not going to die any one hit. We are bulky, specifically to deal with this thing. G-Max Max Quake is doing like 50%. Stone Surge through Reflect doing a little under 50%. And now we just start setting up spikes. Because this thing doesn't really threaten me right now. And he has no way of getting rid of these spikes now. They're just there. He can never switch this thing back in. Max Quake comes out. All right. So we're going to take that. With the... So how much is Earthquake doing through Reflect? It's probably not killing, is it? Possible. It's a roll, depending on... I think he's Adamant, probably. Based on the other rolls he's been doing. So it's a roll. Do I go for a second layer of spikes? Do I just go for the play rough and try to take him out? I think I just go for the play rough and try to take him out here. It should do enough damage. And we do land it. And it does take out the G-Max Copper Raja just by the skin of its teeth. Klefki able to eke that one out. I think that's Klefki's first kill of the season. With play rough. And we do still have the Reflect. I can switch this thing back in later if I want to as well, which is super nice. We have a layer of spikes up. He goes Arc. I could... So we have a layer of spikes up. I could just go for... I could switch out, potentially. But nothing wants to switch in on this, if we're being honest. I could just go for a second layer of spikes. I could go for a T-Wave. Honestly, T-Wave seems like the best play here. I'm just going to go for the Thunder Wave. We do land it. So we could get a full para, and that would be huge if we can get it here. Honestly. No full para. He goes for the Morning Sun. But he's paralyzed now, which is super helpful for my entire roster. I'm not going to lie. So we're just going to continue setting up spikes at this point until he kills me. Klefki has 100% done his job. And at this point, it's just see if we can get that third layer up. We're going to get to 2 guaranteed at this point. Arc can't stop me from getting the second layer up. Could potentially stop me from getting a third layer up. But the para is massive against this Arcanine, honestly. And if I live long enough to get up a second Reflect, that's even bigger. But honestly, I would love one full para here, and then just the third layer of spikes, and you can kill me. That would be pretty much the ideal situation. And the reflect wears off, so I'll actually set another one up here. I won't go for the last layer of spikes, just so I can have another reflect in front of me. It doesn't help me live in a Flare Blitz, depending on his set, but Jolly Max attack looks like it probably will kill. It doesn't kill after that reflect comes back up, so even better, honestly. And I think we saw the spikes hit it. I don't think I saw boots on it, but maybe I did. I wasn't paying a ton of attention. But we're just going to go for a third layer of spikes here. And honestly, at that point, if he gets fully paralyzed, it's 100% worth saving Klefki and getting up another reflect later. Knowing that he can't even break the Klefki very easily with this thing. We're just going to get that third layer of spikes up here. And if he gets the kill, he gets the kill. That's sort of what I'm expecting. Teleport. I forgot this thing even learned teleport. All right. I admit I wasn't paying enough attention to see if he has boots on it. So I'm sad that I wasn't paying enough attention, but he does have the full para on him. So that's wild. Klefki seems worth saving. Bubble Buddy, the Araquanid. Are you boots? I could just paralyze this as well. Which I think it might be worth it. He might go for webs, but webs don't threaten me so much. There's the leftovers. So yeah, I'm just going to Thunderwave this thing too. Why not? Klefki just doing Klefki things right now. And we land the Thunderwave. He's probably going to kill me here with like a liquidation or whatever. But could get full paralyzed. Sticky Web. Right. I said he was going to do Sticky Web. That's fine. I will switch Klefki out now. It has gotten everything it needed to get and can get another Reflect up later. Like, that's way overachieving, honestly. Also, if I'm in his shoes, I never click Leech Life here. I always click Liquidation, which means Serena should be able to come in and take the hit as needed and be able to rapid spin his hazards away, which is exactly what I'm going for. There's a Scald. Interesting. Okay. Did you burn? No burn. Scald. Not physical. Not sure what he was expecting me to have that would make Scald more valid or viable there. But we're just going to go for the rapid spin. Get rid of his hazards. Not have to stress about them for the rest of this game. And then I can knock off on this thing pretty freely. That did a lot of damage. And so the spikes are gone, or the steel. And there's the full para. So I could knock off. I could Seed Bomb. I think knockoff is better here than Seed Bomb, just because of the possible Arcanine switch in. Just giving me that little bit of extra insurance against something like that. The Reflect wears off. We're just going to click knockoff. No sense in going back into Klefki right now. I can preserve that thing for when I need it. And we are just going to click knockoff on this thing. Nick, get rid of those leftovers. Ice Beam comes out. As that thing is going to take a little bit of extra chip damage and gets the freeze. This guy gets the freeze on my Serena. Serena did what it needed to do, although if he sets up Sticky Webs again, that's going to be really frustrating. But he's going to go out into the Grimmsnarl. Thaw out. Come on, thaw out. Thaw out, thaw out, thaw out. You got this. Nope. Stayed frozen. All right. And we see leftovers on the Grimmsnarl as well. Thankfully, we didn't see them on the Arcanine. I guess there's no sense in switching? Probably not. We just Seed Bomb? Seems good, I guess. Yeah, no, I mean, this freeze is bad. This freeze is bad, I'm not going to lie, guys. The Bulk Up's annoying. Bulk Up is annoying. All right, I guess my best chance to succeed here is to go out into my Klefki and go for the Reflect. Can't T-Wave this. Cannot T-Wave it. Goes for the sub. That's really bad. That, man. Couldn't have gone worse there, but he's going to bulk up again. Means Play Rough probably doesn't break the sub at that point. But I'm still going to Reflect. No, it looks like Player F can break a +2 sub. So I'm going to go for it. I think I might outspeed. I'm not... I mean, if he's running investment, then I won't outspeed. But if he's not running investment, then I naturally outspeed. Pending his set, I can break a +3 sub. If he's like max HP but no defense, I can still break a +3 sub. So, oh yeah, he's Prankster, so he's going to outspeed there. So let's see if he's super defensive. That didn't break the sub. So either I got that one roll that doesn't break a sub against a max HP one, or he's got defensive investment. But he also can't kill me very easily. He's going to get himself to +4. That freeze was wild. That freeze was wild. I'm curious what your offensive attacks are here. Break the sub. We're just going to keep play roughing here. He's going to try to stall out my reflect, is clearly what he's doing. He's just going to sub again. But I'm up right now in Mons, 5-4. So he's got to get a kill at some point, or I win the battle in 20 minutes. It's not what I want, but if you're going to run sub bulk up, I mean, I ran lots of spikes to try to not let this happen, but the freeze let this happen. So play rough. If we crit, we're in really good shape at any point. Because +4, I don't think I can break the sub. Definitely not if I couldn't break it at +3. I'm not breaking it at +4. Did my reflect wear off? Was I paying attention? I was not paying attention. I have one more turn of reflect. So we just play rough again. And he gets to +5. But +5 Spirit Break does 26 to 30% to Klefki. I missed the play rough here. He goes for an attack. Drain Punch. Does nothing to Klefki. I missed the play rough, though, which is really bad. And he gets that little bit of HP back. I reflect here every time. We'll live another Drain Punch. I'm not sure how to break this, if we're being honest. But I always reflect. There's never a reason not to click reflect here. There's the bulk up. I think he's at +5 now. How much are you doing to Mandibuzz through reflect? Air Slash should be able to break the sub. The question is, what do I have that outspeeds you that's not physical? There's +6. Yeah, nothing outspeeds you that's not physical. Well, Vikavolt might, depending on your set. Probably not, though. I mean, you're not invested at all. But even then, I'm not running enough speed to guarantee outspeed an adamant set without an agility up. So he subs here. Look, I'm in the position where doing anything different from what I'm currently doing is a misplay. And if I get the crit at any point, then we're good. But he can't kill me with one Drain Punch. I outspeed him. And we break the sub here. Because we can always break it with 2. No matter what, we can always break it with 2. Drain Punch doesn't kill. We got back high enough that it didn't kill. He's got no substitute. 3 minutes till battle ends. So here's where I have to make my call about whether I make that 3 more turns or whether I try to actually see what I can do. How many turns of Reflect do I have left? 1 more turn of Reflect. We play rough. He might sub. He doesn't sub. I missed that play rough. All right. And the Reflect wears off right there. Oh, that's worst case scenario, 100%. All right. All right. I mean, I've got the Mamoswine. It can't do anything to him, though. But he's at +6/+6. But it outspeeds. It's got a Focus Sash. I have Icicle Crash, so that's a plan. I can Air Slash with my man. Why did he freeze me? I don't even think I have the HP to win, so I have to go for something here, but I'm not even sure what. Why did you freeze me? I guess Mamoswine flinching. Or do I go with my Mandibuzz flinching? Oh, God. No, I have to not let him do Drain Punches, so it has to be Mandibuzz. %. 30% flinch. That's not a flinch. But now I definitely don't have enough HP. So I gotta flinch. Gotta get some flinches here. Come on, Mandibuzz. Come on, Mandibuzz. I missed enough air slot, or enough. Come on, flinch, 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 flinch. Goes to the Darkest Lariat. And that'll do it. We gotta... I mean, there's no other option, right? If we get a crit here, maybe there's a chance. Crit Icicle Crash, flinch Icicle Crash. Those are my options here. A crit and I think I win the game. But even a flinch isn't good enough there. So, unfortunately, the freeze let him set up, and I was not able to break through it after that. And we will take a 4-3 loss here in the most heartbreaking of ways, where there's literally nothing you can do to stop it. And I tried. I mean, I had the Mandibuzz that could break it. Maybe I just needed like 1 flinch, and it might have been possible. But unfortunately, we are going to take a 4-3 loss this week of the PBAL. Oh man, 2 battles this week to timer. Not my favorite. Really not ideal. I would prefer never to have battles go to timer. I don't care if I win or lose. I just like them to end. You know. And the thing is, I think at that point, once the Mandibuzz didn't get the flinches and the Mamoswine didn't get the flinches, I had lost anyway. So it's a loss anyway. I'm not salty. I think my opponent did what he needed to do to win the game. Frustrating. I missed a couple of play roughs. That's play rough for you. That's the way it goes. That's why you don't run moves that aren't 100% accurate. Had I run like Draining Kiss on the Klefki, that might have been a very different game, but I didn't want it to be walled by Blissey. I got walled by Grimmsnarl. That's how life goes. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys all back here next week with the PBAL as we will get to our 8th week of the season. We're still 5-2. We're still in great position, so hopefully this does not bode poorly for us in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everybody.